Hello and good morning. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. I hope the week has been kind to all of you. And if it hasn't, well, there's always the weekend. Whew. So for today, what I want to do is finish the coloring aspect of this center picture. I'm going to be painting over it. And making some changes. Actually, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I made it back up. I thought I organized this, but then I realized the shirt doesn't make any sense. Duplicate first. Okay, nice. Sorry about that. Good morning. Thank you, thank you. Honestly, not sure if you can handle yourself. You barely comprehend cloth dynamics, let alone wet shirts. Cloth physics. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some changes to the shirt. It needs a bit more depth. That's why I had to duplicate it. So I'm making a duplication of everything I've done here with the colored version. So I can see what I did and what I did right, what I did wrong. And I'm going to be just working on the colored one. And then when I'm done with this whole page, I'll be moving on to another character. Sorry, I'm still just a little bit flustered. Okay, that's correct. Okay, great. Does this say scientist bongo? It's more like a vacation bongo. Bongo cat. See the tropical shirt. Hi, he's on that vacay, yeah. Just like I am. I am technically on vacation. Although it's Friday, so my week is almost finished. Happy vacay, thank you very much. I've had a very busy vacation. I've basically been out every day. But I haven't been out all day because it's because of the heat wave that's happening here, and as well as the wildfire smoke. So today I'm gonna take it easy and just stay indoors, except for this one thing where I have to pick up something, and then that's it. I'm just gonna stay indoors for the rest of the day. So, if you're living anywhere where you're affected by the Canadian wildfire smoke, I hope you're staying safe. Definitely wear a mask if you're able to. And if you're not, try to stay indoors as much as possible. It's not hot and humid. Well, it was humid, but now it's hot and hazy. Thankfully it's going to rain tomorrow, so, that's not gonna be a problem. That cold you had earlier threw you off your groove. You need to get back to dueling. Ah. So it really was a cold. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't drawn for the better part of a week, so I'm a little bit rusty. Just a little bit. Yeah, no smoky lungs. A wet rag on the mouth and nose helps with haze as well. Okay. I think the air quality was at its worst yesterday, which thankfully I didn't stay out too long yesterday. But I did something silly, like I went for a bike ride because I was curious. Uh, it wasn't as bad as it was in the morning, but it got significantly worse. I should probably put in some shadows here. Excuse me. She has a water gun. Oh, oh, little chibi, yeah. I keep forgetting that's there because my hand is covering it, so I can't see it, but you guys can. uh, wait. What light coming from? Let me see the shirt again. have light come from the top? Maybe that's why I forget that the little chibi's there, because my hand covers it up a little bit too often. Hello, Dharma. Welcome to the stream. I don't know why, but I feel slightly anxious. Ooh, excuse me. Just mildly anxious. I think it's because I haven't sat down and drawn for a bit. Performance anxiety. Whatever for, I don't know. I don't know. Can't quite put my finger on it, but I just feel a bit anxious. Which is weird, because I also feel tired. How can I feel both at the same time? But it has been about a week since I last drawn anything. So maybe I'm a bit nervous in that regard. Like, I think my brain thinks I'm ill-prepared for today because I haven't been, brushing up on anything. I'm also a little bit excited just to be here. I think, you guys understand, like, that mix of excitement and anxiety. I think it's just fair to call it anticipation. But that feeling of anticipation is just a blend of both. Butterflies that are eating your stomach. Scary. I mean, have you guys felt that way before? Like, you're anticipating something, but you're excited about it? How do I describe it? Like, I don't know. Like your first time going somewhere, and you've been like waiting to go here for a bit, so you're excited to go there, but at the same time you don't know what it's like, so you're a bit scared about it, so that's causes that anxious feeling. So that's why you have those two major emotional ranges going on at the same time. Again, I don't know how to describe it outside of that. You whenever you're sending a sketch off. Not sure anything particular comes to mind that's relevant. Okay. Maybe it's like a. Maybe try to think back to when you were a kid, because that's the most purest form of that emotion. I'm still thinking about it. Maybe it's the thought of just going outside that's making me feel this way. Specifically for today. Don't fry out there. Oh, you know, that's a good point. Right now it's fine. Uh, okay, it's not gonna be hot today as it was a few days ago. So yeah, it's gonna be normal summer temperatures finally. Nothing too extreme. Hmm. You think the high will be 102 over here on Monday? On Monday? Dang. Are you further south of the US or somewhere else? Ugh. South. Ah, that makes sense. I don't think I don't know if you live in Florida, but I hear that hurricane season is starting there again. Which would be the perfect time to leave Florida. But if you can't, then obviously stay safe. Just remember to stay hydrated. Don't wear dark color clothing. Wear loose clothing. What else was there? Oh yeah, avoid certain foods during high heat warnings. Don't eat high fat foods. Don't eat high cholesterol foods. High in cholesterol. Oh, by the way, what I mean by staying hydrated, don't just drink water. Have some electrolytes. Because I know for a fact, just because I'm drinking water doesn't mean I'm well hydrated. I sweat like crazy. Not Florida, you hear it can be hot and swampy over there. It's surprisingly not like that towards the end of March. That aid made from gators. Also, you know the origin of Gatorade? Oh, my glasses. That was weird. My glasses about to fall off my face. You do. It's from Florida, but nothing else. Not at all. Oh, you don't know about Gatorade? Uh, I forgot which year it was from. But there was I don't remember. I think there was a friend of the coach of the Florida football team called the Gators, right? He was realizing, hey, the team is like they're lagging behind, they're slow, and it's clearly that they're dehydrated. So the scientists created a way of hydrating the team quickly. And it's like, hey, this will help your team. So that's why it's called Gatorade. It helped the Florida Gators, the football team. I believe one year, the brand Gatorade actually told the history of Gatorade, and that's what I recall from it. Made for a real gator. Yeah, made for real gators so they can chase you. That gator juice. I mean, technically, it helped them win the game. But I think that was the most mildly interesting thing I've heard about a drink. With me, you love the Tang powder? You love the Tang powder? Oh. Ugh. Ugh. That stuff tastes weird. I guess it does taste weird because, you know, it's artificial, but it's weird. Isn't that the, yeah, the stuff dyes everything orange if you're not careful. Yikes. Is Tang the juice that's, not juice, the powder drink that, astronauts would have? Is that the one they promoted, or was it something else I'm thinking about? You love the orange Tang? I've had the orange Tang, I did not like it. Yep, ugh. I mean, if I'm gonna have, like, an artificial drink, I'd rather have Capri Sun. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Tang for children? Or is it just one of those things that anybody can enjoy? They also have the Kool-Aid versions of already prepared drink mixes that are powdered. It's for astronauts. Okay. Kool-Aid versions of Tang? What? But Kool-Aid is already a powder drink. So it... No, just Kool-Aid? Oh, right. Gosh. I haven't had Kool-Aid in years, so... I just thought Kool-Aid and Tang had some sort of strange collab. Um... Kool-Aid is definitely for kids, though. Uh... Forgive my rust. Ugh. I'm also trying to make this look as natural as possible. Hmm. Wrong direction. Oh, you know, I gotta be careful here. This is something I got critiqued about. Don't make the don't make these muscles too much of a sharp angle. You have to make it look as subtle as possible. My rendering is still bad when it comes to pencil. You know, it's almost August, so I think I'm gonna have to do some anatomy brush up. Maybe that's why my rendering in pencil is so bad. Well, it's not bad, but it could be better. I think I'm just a bit too heavy-handed with my pencil. Granted, I'm using a stylus right now, but it's still the same idea. Okie dokie. Let's do some floor work. Not too much. But I don't think I slept well, you guys. I thought I did. Now I'm getting a little bit confused by my own stuff. Digging into. How much did you sleep? Good question. I mean, I think I got a full 7.5 hours, maybe a bit more. But I did go to bed later than I usually do. I also woke up later than I usually do. Looking good? Oh, thanks. That part's gonna look a little weird. Oh well. Wow, wow. Yeah, I need to brush up on my anatomy. I think that's why it's looking weird to me specifically. Or I'm just tired. Maybe that's it. I think perhaps the main source of my mood today is a blend of things. Like, I think this goes without saying, heat exhausts you faster than anything else. I think that's why I feel a bit weird. Sapping away your vitality? Exactly. I'm surprised that's not a... That's probably is a debuff in that game. Oh... Hedgecat, if you're listening, remember when we played, Fantasy Life I on the PC? And if you were in the sun for too long, you start to... you start to, lose health? Because it was just too hot. It's also how hot rain sucks. Ooh. Really? Hot rain? Have I been in hot rain? Have I felt hot rain? I don't think I've ever felt hot rain. Yeah? Yeah, remember those spots in, that desert place in Fantasy Life? Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I felt, this past week. So for those who haven't played, Fantasy Life, the girl who's... what, it steals time? There is a desert area where if you're in certain spots for too long, it just straight up damages you. And you can only traverse there, safely if you have a mount. It's like it sucks away all your energy and feels miserable if it's already hot out. I mean, I've never experienced hot rain, and I'm gonna take your word for it, but maybe the rain is hot because it's a lack of maybe a lack of plant life. Because I've had rain here. I've been to Florida. I've been to where has it rained? South Carolina, Hong Kong, Japan, all those places that have rained. I actually do. Hot rain means you are now in soup. So it would feel a bit oppressive on your lungs, wouldn't it? Maybe it was in when I visited Tokyo. Maybe that's when I had hot rain. But that was so long ago, I don't quite remember. I think that was the one place that is hot rain. Now that I'm thinking about it. But maybe it's not actually hot. Maybe it just feels that way because you're hot. Because hot rain would mean like you're either in soup or you're having a hot shower. Not blur, blend. Blend this oblique. Let's not go overboard with that one. Now that I'm working on this, I realize maybe my rendering is bad because I do push too hard. On the stylus, at least. So I have to be a bit more mindful. What do you mean you're in soup? Or describing how, like, hot rain can feel like you're in soup. I mean, if you've ever been in, like, a really humid climate, like Hong Kong right before monsoon season, it really is like it really is when, like, imagine you're breathing, but it feels like you're sipping water. That's how much humidity is in the air. Every breath is like a drink of water. It's not a bad thing because your lungs need moisture, but it's really dense. Okay. It's starting to look how I want it to look. It's almost airbrush without the airbrush. Gotta fix that belly button though. It's a little bit too big. Or is it? She's stretching. I'm gonna shrink it a little bit. It means you're looking for clothing in the soup store. You're funny, kitty. If you ever lived on the Gulf after a hot rain, you'll know what I mean. It's awful. Your life is no soup. I never lived on the Gulf, but I visited places that are near the Gulf. Does that count? I guess you're the soup expert here, so I don't know. That looks way better. Of course, you know what it means. It means that rain you hope would cool the day down, but only makes things worse. Oh. Hmm. Isn't that something else? Wait, here's the thing. I've never had a hot rain, but I've had a... I remember a summer where I was in the city, and it was so oppressively hot and humid. And I was like, come on, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. And it finally rained. But once the rain stopped, it was still hot and humid. Is that what you mean? Like, the rain did not cool down anything? Is that the hot rain you were talking about? Because when it rained that day, it felt cool because I was so drenched in my own sweat. But I don't think... I had to take shelter, so I didn't really catch the temperature of the rain. But is that what you meant? It's the type of rainfall that does not cool the weather down. The rain is still warm and muggy. Yeah, that's what I'm... That's the rain I've experienced before. I've never experienced hot rain. Oh, this should be a case. Yeah. Makes your clothes all nasty and warm. Ugh. Yeah, and that's what kitty dons mean. Like you're you're shopping for clothes in the soup store. That's a strangely apt description. You know it's humid when you walk outside and get covered in water. Well, it isn't raining. Yeah. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Step outside and you just collect water. You're like a water collection agency. This is messy. I know I'm spending a lot of time on her torso, but that's where all the shadow detail is. Everything else is a bit more simplified. It seems I have something silly to link you later. Okay. Shopping for clothes in the superstore. Oh man, I went to, what was it? The weekend of July 4th, I went to a barbecue and all of the older adults and the kids were just indoors because they just couldn't stand the heat. I'm so grateful I wore my flowing skirt because I knew for a fact that my clothes would have stuck to me if I had not done that. I was outside the vast majority of the time I was there. How do I want to make this shadow? Just doing this. There we go. This object's not very big. Wait, quick check on everything I've done so far. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop and work on the legs a bit. Whoa. This is gonna be the entire stream. Just following this one image. I made this a bit easier on myself by changing the line art to gray, but it's fine. It's soft enough, I think. need to stretch my elbow. Okay, much better. Oh, excuse me. Water near me? Oh no, I didn't do that right. This edge. While I do like the lineless look, I'm still gonna... I think I want to add some of the black lines back. But maybe as a shadow in some spots. I know I erased a lot of it out. It's not really an erasure, it's more like I just blended the crap out of it. Oh, yeah, that's gonna slow me down. In case you guys forgot, excuse me. One of the buttons on my stylus is broken, but I'm still using it. All I did was tape it down, but the tape is moving. I know the question is, well, why don't you just replace the button? Like, I can't really do that because replacing the button means replacing the entire and I don't want to do that. Nope. Much better. I should actually use the airbrush now. Wait. So. I'm gonna do a gradient over here. Add some light to that. Maybe I should yeah, maybe I should just select it a little bit. Maybe it's kind of. Honestly, I'm just gonna, for bikini bottoms, I'm just gonna give it a simple shadow. But it's not that important. Alright, back to this. Sorry, I'm not in a yappy mood, but I'm kind of in high concentration mode. Ah, I'm gonna quit. Hmm. 30. Oopsie doodle. Redo this whole section. What do I get for falling into bad habits again? I'm just gonna do brush manipulation. Excuse me. Hmm. it's definitely a mood for the day. Yeah, I am tired. I have the big yawns too. I'm just trying not to yawn on the microphone. Welcome to the Streamway. How much time do I have? Oh, good. I have another hour and 15 minutes. Plenty of time. Plenty of time to fix this. Everybody's tired. Good thing it's the weekend where everybody can chill. It's weird. Like, throughout the whole week, I've been having like subtle signs of certain things. And this is just another sign, huh? The first sign I had was two different people using Duolingo in public. The second sign was seeing Arknight's characters on advertised items. And now it's me yawning and my character yawning. Bing Bong the owl's probably staring at me. Ooh, probably. I'm glad they changed that owl to be a lot less menacing. Remember the Duolingo has a knife memes? To be fair, yawning is a sympathetic response. That is true. I want to finish her ear before I move on. Because I realize I left Bikini Top a bit of a mess. Excuse me. Rendering? Yeah, rendering. Yeah, that's enough. Maybe I should have had that second coffee. Ooh. Excuse me. Maybe you can be a crazy person and DoorDash a single cup of coffee. Absolutely not. DoorDash is expensive. Those people are wild. DoorDashing a single drink. You could have just gone out and get it yourself. Excuse me. Better yet, just make it yourself. Turn. Oof. Um, mm, oh, I need to put this in chat. almost keep making tool mistakes. By the way, I am using a reference for the bikini. I want to make it look as realistic as possible. Granted, my reference isn't really stretching her arms up, so I have to make do with that action. I'm using a reference, so I need to keep in mind the action that's happening. The reference I'm using is not raising her arms. Meanwhile, mine is. So I have to visualize the same material being stretched up. This, you feel like if you DoorDash or Uber Eats isn't worth at least twice as much as a delivery fee, what are you even doing? I know, right? At that point, with all the fees, just take the walk. Just go. Shut up. I need my other tool. There it is, fingertip. I feel like the fingertip tool doesn't get used enough. Even though it's really helpful here. Especially with all these stretch marks. Stretch marks. The stretching of the fabric. What am I saying? Maybe it does get used and I don't get to see it in action by the other artists. Because I know for a fact that they use the blur tool and the blend tool a lot. You don't know, you've seen people order 4 bottles of water and that's it? 4 bottles of water? How big are the bottles? Are they 16 ounces? 24 ounces? 32? I guess it depends on how heavy they are. The small ones, so 16 ounces? Guess there are people out there that are just that busy, I suppose. I'm gonna lighten up the shadow a bit. There we go. Shrug. You know, I don't know what it's called. It's not Uber Eats, and it's not Uber itself. Hello, Dharma. Welcome back. I've seen someone use the Uber services to have something delivered to them from their home. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to zoom in like that. That's sorry, I just have to work on her drawing, which is really... There we go. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've seen someone had something delivered to them to their workplace from their home. And I thought that was an interesting concept. Oh, wrong side. Because I think that's clever. Like, okay, I'm paying for Uber. I forgot something at home. I know someone's at home. They can pass it on to the delivery man, and they can just bike it over to me. Sorry if I startled you with this, with that previous zoom in. But I'm focusing on the heart. I'm not really focusing on anything else. Whoa. Uh-oh. There you go. Really shouldn't have to zoom in like this, but now I'm a little scared that YouTube will have a problem with me zooming in on certain parts of this woman's body. So now I'm working pixel by pixel, which is kind of sad. It's really unideal. I like how you make the shining effect on the cloth. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was well, you were away for a moment, so I was discussing how the fingertip tool, which is this tool over here that I highlighted on my mouse, I feel like it doesn't get used enough, or rather, I don't see people use it. It's always the blur tool, or it's always the blend tool. I have to make this make a bit more sense. I know my girly here is a bit distracted to most folks. I just really want to color her. That's the wrong one. Which one did I use? Oh, here it is. Would you like me to show... Would you like to show me one more thing to make it? Just a quick sketch is fine. Oh, the effect? Let me just zoom out. So you're talking about that shiny effect on the cloth there. So let me make a new layer. And I'm gonna have to use... Let's use pink. I need something that's bright enough to see. Actually, let's flip this over so I can see what I'm doing. Zoom in over here, okay? And we're gonna just pretend this is cloth. Okay? So what I did was a manipulation of shadow and light. So I'm going to color lock this for a moment. I'm going to add a shadow to this pink. And I'm going to pretend that the shadow is at the bottom. Yeah, at the bottom of the thing. I'm going to be light here because I don't want it to be too dark. There's also a shadow on this side, and let's... Oops, a little bit on this side and this side, okay? However, because it's thinning out as it's being pulled up by gravity. Pulled up, not by gravity, by her body. It's being pulled up, but it's affected by gravity. So it would be stretched here. So this would be a dark seam here and a dark seam on this side. And then I'm going to put in light, but not too bright. Not too bright. Not too bright at first. I'm going to lighten up with a really light pink. And because it's gravity, it would be stretched the closest to this cast shadow. So it would look straight like this. Then wrinkle, and then the further away from this cast shadow, the more it's going to diffuse, because it's now entering a surface that's much more rounded. So I'm being very light with my brush. I'm being very gentle. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Actually, let's do it on this side as well so you can see it. So these two would be, because they're closest to the shadow there, it's called a plane change. So it's light bouncing from one side, then shadow hitting the other side, and then light hitting the other side as well. So the same thing would happen here, kind of. But I'm not gonna do much of the same on this side because of the light diffusion. And then let's get out my tool. So this is my... Actually, fingertip should come last. So I'm gonna blur what I did. No, actually, I'm gonna blend first what I did. Blend it a little bit in one direction. And that direction is going to be down because being pulled by gravity downward. It'll be diffused downward and out. And then I'm gonna blur it so that it's not as obvious. And then I'm going to use my fingertip tool, which makes it a bit more pointed. You also use the fingertip tool on your diffused spots, but not too much. This is all about design choices. So it's being like that. I'm putting it here because I feel that it's being pulled like that. And maybe a little bit of pull here. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Be very gentle. And fingertip right here. Pull this out, pull it out. So yeah, you have to think in terms of like how the fabric is being stretched and how the light would bounce off of it and how shadows would hit that as well. So that's how I'm lighting her bikini top. Because there would be, if you look at real clothing, you would see the seams on the very edge of a bikini. So those seams would be a shadow because of the way it's stitched together. So those will always be a natural shadow. So light cannot always get into those seams, but light would always bounce on the opposite side of those seams. Do you understand? And that's how I made that effect over here. But because her arms are up, I have to make another shadow here near her neck. So you can see that it's being pulled upward. Noted? Okay. So yeah, when it comes to rendering clothing, you have to think about the type of clothing, so how soft it is, the tightness of the clothing, um, how the clothing is hanging off the body, which parts of the body, and how the clothing is being affected by gravity, and the body that's hanging off of. Hello, LeMay, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna stay a bit longer than usual. I usually end around noon, but I'm gonna add about 15 minutes. Wonder if you should make a clip of that? Yeah, you can. I mean, can you? Are you able to? I always have it set to, like, make clips at least at the end of the stream, but I don't know if you can do it during the stream. Let me check. Settings. Oh, I can't even see my... Here we go. Yeah, I guess you'll have to wait until the end of the stream to make a clip of that. You can also... Well, if you have the time, you can also go back and check how I did it on the bikini itself. But remember, she's, the bikini top is being affected by 2 tension points, which is her neck and her rib cage. And that's another thing, tension points. I want to do another sidebar here, sorry. Let's go over here. Another sidebar would be the tension. So here and here would be a tension point. So if this was a piece of cloth, it would be like this. This is how it would behave. A clip including the explanation would probably be the best. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is still pink. It's kind of hard for me since you work with one brush only. Any of your stylus pens doesn't have the pressure detection. I think that's why I mentioned the other tools. The blur tool, the blend tool, and the fingertip tool. The fingertip tool should be used last to get that tension effect. And I agree with Hedgecat. An explanation with the clip with the explanation would be the best clip. Do you use a reference when you draw and or the logic you learn from studying and practice? My visual library is not developed, so I have to use references most of the time. I do use a reference when I'm drawing, especially when I draw for poses, but if I don't know something, I'm not going to look it up. I don't think it's a problem. I know there are artists who think, oh, you shouldn't be looking up references, you should just know this, but here's the thing, the human memory is fallible and it will fail you when you need it the most. So I think building a visual library is important, but also just having a reference available is important as well. No one's gonna scold you for using a reference. And practicing would help build that library as well. Because now you know how this, well, in this case with the cloth, now you know how it behaves. I already knew it was going to behave this way because because I studied drapery pretty briefly, but I needed to render it in a way where the fabric made sense. So I knew about the tension point being around her neck and her rib cage, and that's why I made shadows up here near her pectoral minor. Yes, that's the right muscle. Which would be this small muscle up here. Wait, where do I have this? Boop. Oh, this is the right one. Great. So build your visual library, but also just have more of an understanding of how things work. Especially when it comes to clothing on people. I know there are people who start drawing out and they have like a basic understanding of how clothing works on the body, but they don't really think about it too much. Like how I drew the wrinkles on her abdomen on this dress, or how I drew the wrinkles on her pants over here. There's a lot of pulling, even though these are baggy pants. There's a lot of pulling from the knee and from the hip. And that's something you can get from referencing like a model, or just looking at something as simple as hanging a piece of cloth from a clothesline, either from 1 point, 2 points, maybe you can do 3 points, or 4 if you have the space. You can even if you were to hang it from 1 point and pull it, you can see how the wrinkles are developed as you're pulling it down towards you. And that goes into that other thing. I'm thinking about linen at this point, right? But what is it? Bikini is nylon, I think? Yeah, nylon would be a little bit shimmery when wet. I don't know, most bikinis are not nylon, but I'm thinking in terms of nylon, especially when it's wet. Nylon, cotton, there's shiny clothing, metallic clothing. And I don't mean like just armor. I mean there's a chain link that's metallic, some brigands that are metallic, boots, gauntlets, pauldrons, helmets. What's the sweaters that are fuzzy sweaters? What else is there? Baggy sweaters, tight sweaters, long flowing skirts. I'm making up things that are just based off of gravity. Also, it doesn't hurt to look up a reference made by a different artist. I have it on my computer at the moment. Let me see. Oh, here it is. This is from an artist that calls himself Concept Cookie. This is actually the perfect example. I can open it. Here we are. Thank you. You're welcome. See you soon, Sarah. See you guys. Sarah, would you like to show us the wet cloth on? Want to see how it looks before you go? Oh, okay. Let me tap over. Let me just flip this over as well. Granted, I'm not done with the... Wait, I'm not done with the thing itself. The shirt, excuse me. So here's how it looks like with the wet cloth over her body. The shirt still needs more work, but you can see more rendering. I'm gonna give myself plenty of time to do the shirt more, because I realize I need to add more tension points to these raised arms, as well as the tension from the chest. So have a good day, Dharma. See you later. This is why the cloth is on a different layer. Oh, but going back to here, conceptcookie.com, this would be a perfect visual library building up. A lot of people do, I guess, the left side, but it's more like you need to have an understanding of how the cloth wraps around both the leg and the arm and the shoulder, especially for what you want it to do. And here it is. Hanging relaxed, stretch tension, scrunch compress. And then there's the bottom part, which is just inert, which is most dresses and skirts or long cloths in general. Oh, I forgot about this thing here. Thin, thick, tight, and loose. Spandex, leather, wool, and silk. Interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna hold this up for those who wants to take a screen cap. Then I'm gonna carry on with my work. Let's take that shirt. Because I have to finish. I have to finish her hair and the decoration on the this part here. Metal, the golden heart. Good day to you too. It is night for me, so thank you, Sarah. Seeing your work makes me kind of want to hit my drawing again. I'm glad to inspire you. The more you practice, the better you'll get. And yeah, keep building that visual library. The thing about drawing, it's that it's a lot of decision making. Not just based off of what you want, but based off of reality. So if there's something that you want to do, it has to be somewhat realistic, or at least has to make sense to a degree, while fulfilling that idealization. Right? I think I scuffed this. Yeah, I definitely scuffed this. Alright, I don't want to give that too much time because it's just a small bit of clothing. It's always good to see more people drawing stuff. Exactly. Art is a very expressive medium. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's the one I want. Very expressive medium, and more people should do it. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought my stylus was not responding to me. Let's do that again. I wonder if he'll come back to rewatch it. Dharma, that is, but considering he said that he had trouble with the pressure of his stylus. If any of you guys have a pressure problem with your stylus, you're gonna have to like go over the same spot over and over again, which would still be like simulating a pencil or a brush anyway. So I would highly recommend doing that. Yeah. You just have to use like a lighter brush, like, well, not really lighter, softer. Softer is more accurate. Use a softer brush, and it'll create a better effect in the long run. I want to put this completely in the dark because it's not in the dark. It is in the light. Another tip, well, I'm gonna have to make this a bit simplified. If you draw characters with long hair, the hair that's the closest to the back of their clothing, the back of their skin, whichever, it has to create a reflected shadow. So what I mean by that is that there's even though this is a dark spot, it would still be reflecting the color of which the character is either their skin tone or their clothing color. But it would still be in shadow. So we're gonna like drop this a bit. And that makes it look a bit more realistic because now you can see imagine it's shadowy here, but there's light bouncing off of the back and then back onto her, off of her back and then back onto her hair. That's that reflected light uh, effect. Also, that reflected light is also diffused. I'm gonna go ahead and use my fingertip tool because this is still hair. And if you feel it looks a little bit too much, just go back with the hair color shadow and just dim it out a little bit. I was really quick to use that. Still good on time. Not to worry about that. Oh no. You know what? It's way easier to block in a thin tail than to draw it. Maybe I should do that from now on. Just use a huge color to make your tail right out of the shape of the brush. At least then it'll be uniformed. Like, really uniform. Oh, I can use this. Pretty neat. I know I'm not really giving this tail too much love here, but it's not too important. Let's give it a bit of light. Well, oh, as a reminder, next character sheet is going to be a man. Because I haven't drawn a man in a while. Not that they're easy, but I do want another challenge. Well, not that they're hard, I should say. That would make more sense to say. But yeah, it's been a while since I drew a muscular man. And it kind of made me sad. Well, a muscular fictional man. I've drawn a lot of real muscular men. Should I? Should I? Yes, I should. I'm going to prepare a template for that character in a bit. I'm just missing... I feel like I'm missing 2 poses for him. gonna have to put some of these black lines back in just to hide my ineptitude. It's going to be a lot of lines? I mean, not really. Maybe if there's just the contour lines, which are just all the lines on the outside. Because I really like the line work, well, not the line work. I really like the shadow shapes I placed in for her torso. So it's going to be like mostly like this one here on her oblique. I'm going to be putting that back in. You don't want it to be hard if you want to keep the stream safe for work. That's also true, yes. But, I lost my train of thought there, sorry. I need to recover. Wow. But yeah, I want to outline the contour, which is the outer part of the entire silhouette. That is the contour. I'm hoping when I do the guy, it's not this messy. I have to clean it up. Oop. Song always sounds so silly, but I like it. Oh, it's almost noon. 15 more minutes to go. Damn. I don't want to abandon ship yet. Ugh. If I can't finish like the polishing section of this, I'm just gonna do it offline. And I'll post it to the community post so you guys can see the finished result. I should make use of that. Sometimes I forget that YouTube is also a form of social media. It's not just an entertainment base. Crap. keep forgetting because I'm a terrible YouTuber, but if you like the stream, please give it a like. Your thumbs mean a lot to me. Give me your thumbs. Give me your thumbs up. I'll take your real thumbs. Add them to my collection of thumbs. I think I made this joke before. Oh, that's too dark. Oh. By the way, if you're filling via brush and not a fill tool, always go in one direction. Don't change your direction. The moment you do that, you create more work for yourself. So if you're going up and down, well, in this case, I'm just stroking downward. Just keep that action going. Sometimes people forget that when they use a brush, especially in digital, like it behaves like a brush. You don't know how a brush behaves in the first place. Well, first it does a shape, and then it does the texture. That's how you do it. I know there are people who like, well, people like me, because I'm crazy. I use it like a basically an inking tool. But I use it as both. As much as I have all these different brushes, I just stick to this one that just does every job very well. Surprisingly well. Hi. What? Oh, actually. Oh. Which is a shame. Learn how your tools work. You learn how your tools work, then you know how to manipulate them well. You can get exactly what you want out of them, like what I'm doing here. Once upon a time, I really hated the fingertip tool, which is weird because it was never the fingertip tool. It was the smudge tool. Because that's the one that makes the most sense. You are smudging it, but I guess it got changed to the fingertip tool because its main icon was a finger anyway. So I guess they're like, let's just call it a fingertip. Okay, I guess. Move quickly. I just realized it's 12:06. It's a shame because I really wanted to fix that shirt that I made. You mean you use your finger to smudge things in the first place? Traditional artist turned digital, yes. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like, using your finger to smudge, which you would do. It's just interesting that they just shorthand it to, oh, just call it the fingertip, whatever. Probably because so many people called it that anyway. So it just made sense. Change that to so. Excuse me. I don't want to lose my voice. Excuse me. I need to use my voice later. Another neat little trick. This is something I learned from a different artist. When it comes to drawing muscles, you block in the shadow first. This is a digital trick, by the way. You block in the color first. You use the blend tool to push that shadow out, and then you blend everything together. You're just gonna keep calling it the smudge tool? That's fair. There's just some certain names I just refuse to acknowledge. Like, I've known this object as one thing and one thing only, and I refuse to, like, call it anything else. Like, I still call Twitter Twitter, even though its new name is X. Like, it's still Twitter. You want to get brunch? If you don't come back in time, I hope you have a great day or evening. Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm ending the stream in about 5 minutes, so... Oh yeah, I'm smudging the art, not fingering it. Stop that. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have to use a blue for that scrunchy shadow. I'm keeping the scrunchy, I'm keeping it white. Bluish gray. We'll wind up having a late lunch anyway. Because of my meeting. Gosh, it would be inappropriate. Well, yeah. Of course it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate that you even said it. Gosh. Alright, it looks like I won't be able to do the shirt on stream, so I'm gonna have to finish that off stream. Of course, it's also accusatory, and my heart's done nothing wrong. Alright, so in the meantime, I'm gonna create my thumbnail. There we go. So here will be my thumbnail. You can see the body has been fully rendered. As for the shirt, I will post it on the community tab, but also on my socials. I'm gonna go with BlueSky. Let's go with BlueSky. If I think of any other place, I'll just post it there. Well, that being said, thanks for watching. Thanks for participating in chat. I hope you have a lovely Friday. Stay cool if you're hot. Stay warm if you're cold. Drink your water. Get your checkups. Eat healthy. Until we meet again, stay safe and take care. Bye-bye now.